On the double.
54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey!
Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Second and 2 at the 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming, baby.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down.
Brings up third and 4.
Set. 8, read.
Check, watch 54. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
Shoot.
Looking to throw. Mason. It's caught. Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here we go. 18, Gator.
I got one. Back.
6-6, pull it high. Get it.
On 3rd and 2, Mason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That one good for 33 in the first. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
You ready?
50 seconds to Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mason. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Set, ready? 50, play.
54. Hey, tight. Tighten up.
Snap.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
From the gun, Mason. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be taken at the 10. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Off play action. Mason. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
10 Lobo.
It's just me and you.
Ready?
On first down, it's Jones. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
That's it, baby.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
He sets up the screen to Jones. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Mason. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Mason. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Ready up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
First down, San Francisco.
Ready? 8, read.
50, 50. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still hit it.
Throwing on first down. Cochran. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A final shot before break. Cochran gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This fielded at the 2. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mason. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Mason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Looking to throw. Mason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Mason looking downfield for Jones. This is caught inside the 15. That one good for 37 yards.
We love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mason. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So a 5-yard 40-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
54, right there, 54.
On 3rd down, Cochran. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
First down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll run on first down. Jones. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
From the gun on 3rd down. Cochran complete to Jones. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Cochran. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This is Jones. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
To throw on 3rd down. Cochran under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cleveland Farrell, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Mason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cochran on the move to his left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On 1st and 10, Cochran. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Wahoo!
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Off the play fake. Mason, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. On 3rd down, Mason, and that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1st down, 49ers.
Let's go now. 18 Gators. General West.
Scan situation. Let's go.
Got his man. It's Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Kill.
Pilot, 64. Weak. Ready?
They'll run it with Jones.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Let's go. 50. Plant.
Cut.
Get it.
On 1st down, Cochran. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. 5.
Throwing on 1st down. Cochran completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
I got you, boy.
Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
From the gun, Mason eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up 2nd and long.
Go, go, go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Again, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
On the set.
Mike 54. It's our deal. It's our deal. Hey, it's our
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Operating from the gun. Cochran, incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
We got this.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Ready.
56.
Bravo.
56. Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 56.
Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Mason. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Five.
From the gun, Mason. And an alley to run. Big hold of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mason. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Mason. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Down.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go, baby.
Ready?
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's the Raiders punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Here we go.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
Ready,
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Watch the slap.
Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rip left.
Hey,
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
got it.
54. Mike, 54.
Defense.
Looking to throw. Cochran. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
70, Indy.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Mason looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This complete to Jones. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Mason. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. On 1st down, it's Jones. Tackle made there by Trayvon Howard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darian Conley, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome with the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Oakland.